Welcome to my channel Skilltone. How are you, my dear learners? In my previous video, I have discussed about the introduction of Power BI in Bangla. However, in this video, I am going to discuss the whole process of Power BI with the key features that you must know to understand how this apply in a real data situation when you do analysis for your visualization tools and techniques for your data visualization purpose. But before we do that, we understand that what are the key steps that we need to follow in order to complete a data science based project. First one is to understand the business. Understanding the business meaning that most of the clients, they will come to you with a certain sort of business problem, for example sales maximization or cost minimization, and you need to understand their business, their objective, their problem, and act accordingly. And then after that you will identify the data. What are the data they have available, whether it is a farm level data or it is a micro or macro level data. You need to understand what are the data is available. These data may be scrap data or maybe unorganized data, so you need to understand your data first in order to go further. The second and third one is to the selecting the variables and the roles. I mean, you need to understand what are the variables that you are actually dealing with and what are the variables and their roles, like what are the target variables, what are the feature variables, I mean dependent and independent variables you need to understand. And then immediate after that you need to explore the distributions of the data, and it is very important because you need to understand their shape, size and content. And immediate after that you need to go and clean and transform your data, where the Power BI will help you immensely. And then in this case we may need to clean, transform and build our true visualization model before we go deep into the machine learning or any other data mining models. And immediate after that we can understand the relationship using the visualization tools like Power BI, which we are going to discuss in this video. And then we will immediate after that we'll go for build and fine tune our model. Either it is a machine learning model or econometric model, any other statistical model can do in this case depending on the need of your data. Immediate after that you will have evaluating your models, and once you evaluate your models, whether you're testing and comparing with the training model, if you are satisfied then you deploy the model for the true case. And once you deploy the model for the true case, once you finish that, you will monitor whether your model is running very good or it needs more development. So these are the steps you need to follow to complete a data science project. Now let's talk about the Power BI key features, which is the part of cleaning and transformation of the data, and most importantly visualization your data tools and techniques. So let's get into the Power BI key features and discuss briefly what this means. Okay. The first step is to understand the raw data. I have downloaded a dataset from Kaggle regarding Bangladesh economic indicators, and the dataset is a time series data from 1980 to 2019, and we have several variables. The variables like GDP, GDP per capita, GDP growth, inflation rate, unemployment, government debt and total investment. One of these variables may be independent variable, or one of the variable may be dependent variable, or several independent and one dependent variable. There may be several combination of the variable relationship which we will do in the modeling part, but before that we need to visualize the key relationship using Power BI. So this is our raw data and it is in Excel format, which is I have saved it in CSV format, and I'm going to upload this data set into Power BI. So before you start Power BI visualization, look at the raw data and then you upload it into the Power BI. Now once you download the Power BI desktop in your computer, you just install it, and once you install it you can open the Power BI desktop and it looks like this. Now initially we need to go and upload the data or load the data. Just click the get the data and you will see there are a lot of data options. You have Excel, Power BI dataset, SQL Server and then we have web scraping. There are many ways you can upload your data. On top of it, you can use R and Python in this particular platform to integrate their data coding and data visualization, which I will demonstrate in next tutorial. But in this tutorial, we are using the key features that you must know in order to start your Power BI career for data visualization. So in this case, I just pressed text or CSV file. I click this one, my data set, Bangladesh Economic Indicator. I try to upload it and it is coming up, and once you see the dataset is loaded in the Power BI, before it loads it will ask you whether you load as it is or whether you are going to transform your data. Remember, my dear learners, in the Power BI you have two types of activity that you need to do. First, you make a data transformation or query, and the next one is to reporting your data by using visualization tools and techniques, and these two will combine your data visualization project using Power BI. In this case, I am not going to load the dataset as it is because I would like to demonstrate some key features, so I press transform the dataset. Once I press the transform the dataset, as you can see here, the Power BI query editor is pop up, and there is a window which can show you the editing options of your data, which is immensely important. Okay, my dear learners, the next step is to check the unit, and you can see here that right left corner of this unit of the name of the variable, if you click the name of the variable at the left, you will find out that the decimal number or the whole number, I mean in this case the year is a whole number, so it indicates the whole number by 1 2 3. We have percentage and text and all this information. So if you'd like to change the unit of the variable, you can change it by clicking this version. For example, in this case we have GDP 12, meaning that decibel number. GDP per capita is a whole number, however GDP growth is a percentage. On the other hand, unemployment rate is the text data. So if you'd like to change the text data into a, for example, decimal or percentage, you can do that. For instance, if I change it in decimal format and if we click the replace, the first few rows are coming with error because there is no data inside it. However, these are the data set now converted into decimal point. So this is how we can change our text data into a number or decimal numbers. Likewise, we can do that for the government debt and total investment as well if we wish to. So this is one thing. If you don't want to do that or we do not want to change anything, then you just have to go to the promote headers, and there you can see this is the text data which we have earlier, and this is the change version. Here you can see the change version, and if we don't want to use this or keep it, this earlier version, we just want to keep it, just cross it and it will be like this, the original version of the data set. So this is the one step of changing your unit of the variable. Other way you can do it, for example, let's say if we would like to change the name of the variable, in this case if we say writing inflation rate, if we just write inflation rate together and press enter, you can see the name of the variable has changed now. Now what is the initial variable previously? You can just press the applied steps in this particular forum and click this one. You will see the previous one is the inflation rate, or the original one inflation rate. Now the new one renamed column is the inflation rate together. If you don't want to keep this and we want to keep the original one, just remove the latter part which we have created. So this is how you can change the name of the variable as well as unit of the variable. Now my dear learners, two of the key features of editing is to transforming your data by merging or splitting. So if you would like to split the data set into two columns, let's say if we would like to make the inflation rate into two columns, in this case we just press split column, and you see first we can make it delimiter, this option, or you can choose anything you want, and then you see the select enter delimiter. If you click this one, that if we go and see there are a lot of options, you press space, I mean we are comma delimited option, we are delimiting that two columns, splitting one, and then we see the leftmost delimiter. If we click this one, the leftmost delimiter, and then if we just press OK, and then you will see the inflation rate has a new two columns. One is inflation rate 1 and inflation rate 2, but in the inflation rate 2 I did not put any value, so therefore it says null. However, you get the idea that we can do the splitting column by just pressing the split column, click first selecting the column and then go to the split column, and you will find the split column options. In order to do that, you just enter the value if you wish to. For example, if you would like to use this option, let's say we would like to see what are the information we would like to put, you can just put this way, and you can here select the numbers and you can just sort your numbers and values inside the column if you wish to. So this is how you can split the one column into 2. Okay, my dear learners, the next one, which is one of the important one, is the merging the column. For instance, previously we have seen how to split one column into 2. Now we would like to merge the two column into one. So if we would like to do that, just press, let's say, inflation rate and unemployment rate, these two columns we would like to merge into one, and then you see that if we right click this one, you will see the merge column. So you click the merge column options, it will ask you what you have to do. Just go to the merge column options, take a space options, you can choose anything you want like equal sign, semicolon, colon, comma. I just want to space like comma delimited one, and then you see the merge new column. The new column name is merged. If you would like to say that it's a blended column, for example, blended column, the name of the new column, and you just press OK, and you see that blended column. Now the two value of inflation and unemployment rate are in the same column. So you see there are two values, one is 4.32% is the inflation rate and 5.40% is the unemployment rate. So two columns are now into one column, naming the blended. Okay, my dear learners, once you happy with the transformation, you just press close and apply from the transformation window to your report window. Now we are at the report version of the Power BI. As I told you, Power BI has two types of analytics. One is the edit query and the next one is the report. And report is consist of visualization tools and techniques. There are so many tools and techniques that you can use. I am suggesting you that you try everyone by keeping in mind that you are learning. So therefore try every single one. But for the demonstration purpose for this video, I'm going to use few of those. And as you can see here, the interesting one is R script visualization and Python visualization can also integrated into Power BI, which is a fantastic information because these two platforms we can integrate with Power BI and then we can make our project a comprehensive one. So first, as we have the data and we have the cleaning data process, everything in our data edit data query. Now this is our data and this is our report. So let's assume that we build our first report by using a line diagram. So if we press the line diagram, for instance, in this case this is our line diagram, and remember my dear learners, always put your values into the axis and values. Axis and values, these are the two important and two most important things that you need to understand into this particular case field. And then we have formatting, we have our analytics, whatever we want. Now in the initial case we just want to visualize our data. So for start with the axis, let's say we would like to see the GDP growth in the axis, and we would like to see what is the percentage change over the year. So we press value, drag and drop to the value option, and you will find this option very nice, a graph where you can see that the GDP was at the initial stage 4.80% and gradually it is consistent with the rate of 6.5%. In this particular case you see 6.50%, and then you see the GDP growth rate is consistent over the year, and gradually in the recent years you can see here that Bangladesh economic growth is 7.90% in recent years. So you can visualize this information and get some insight of the data by drawing a line diagram. Now let's assume that we would like to draw another one, is called the pie chart, which is one of the most important part. So let's assume that we would like to see the same thing into the pie chart, and you see here the GDP is now in different formats, like for example this one is the color version 6.5.60%, and there are a lot of things information coming year wise. So if we'd like to add this information, let's assume that we do not want to keep this pie chart in our case, so I mean we can keep this line diagram in this case, and would like to make a new chart in our pie chart. So we just have to drag and drop the pie chart, and the pie chart will appear in the very next to the line diagram. So you have now pie chart, and once you have the pie chart, let's assume that we'd like to make a inflation rate. For instance, in this case we just press the inflation rate into our values, okay, and we would like to see the inflation rate over the year. So we put the legend value, and you can see here that in our legend from 1980 to 19 these are the years we have selected as the legend, and we can create our year wise inflation rate pie diagram. So if we'd like to do that, we can easily create several type of data visualization effects. Now my dear learners, we have seen that how to create a line diagram, pie chart. We can create a sketch or area map, for example this one, the area chart, or we can create a bar diagram, for example clustered bar diagram, like this way. And you can try several of these visualization tools to visualize your data into your Power BI report section. So this is how you can create the reports. I have created few of them, but I would like to say that you can create more by clicking these options, and these are very fun to do. For example, the field map, which is you can show your cells in different districts of your country or division of your country by using the field map option. And then we have a map of global map, you can use that as well. So these are the options in the Power BI report sections, and you can create as much visualization tools, as many as you can. Now my dear learners, once you are happy with the reporting, you go to the next page and use a fantastic tools called the question and answer. This is a option called the ask questions about your data in natural language to create new visualizations. This is a fantastic feature of Power BI. Without doing anything, you just have to click this one, and it will say ask any questions about your data. For instance, if you would like to see that, let's say I would like to type GDP by year, for instance, I would like to know that. You see, the moment I type GDP by year, you can see, my dear learners, fantastic feature. GDP and year comes side by side in this particular table. So likewise, if you would like to see that, for instance, if you would like to know inflation rate, for instance, just write inflation rate, and you see it comes with the natural language query setting, like the inflation rate comes with this column. Or it is a very interesting thing, and I strongly recommend you to use this Q&A question natural language platform, so that you can make so many tables in this particular area without doing any type of data visualization, help of the data visualization tools or tables. Just write down whatever you want to know, and let's say example inflation rate by year, for instance. In this case, you can see the inflation rate by year will come once I type inflation rate in year, it comes like this. So my dear learners, use this option and create your own table by using natural language query system in Power BI. Okay, last but not the least is the application of DAX formula. In order to apply the DAX formula, you just have to go to the data view version of the Power BI, where you put the data inside the data version, and then you can choose new measure, quick measure, new column, new table. So if I want to make a new table query using the DAX formula, just like the one that we have done previously in Excel cases, so we can just summarize, very interesting and easy to handle. And then economic indicator, the table name of our today's variable inside the table, and then we can use any column. For example, in this case we can use GDP per capita, for instance, and then we can make another column. We can use the inflation rate, for instance, and let's assume that these are the two variables you would like to see side by side, and just press enter, and you can see within a second you can see the GDP per capita and inflation rate is coming side by side in your summary table. Likewise, you can do many of the things like doing average of the two variables, or probably you can just want to see the one variable with the lagged information. Just use any of these DAX formula in the table version, I mean the data version of the Power BI, and it will give you a quick measure of the DAX formula application of Power BI. So finally, once you finish everything, for example query, transformation, report and DAX query and everything, then what you have to do, just go to the file, you see here export option, just click the export option and export to PDF, and this will create a PDF version of your report, and it will automatically export all the information that you have done in different pages in Power BI, and it will open up like this, and you have a very good PDF version of your query. Just like this one, you have your own query information, like whatever you have done so far, these are all in the PDF. So you just print it out and then you can share with your friends and with your employees. They will be happy because you know how to use the Power BI, and I strongly recommend you to use Power BI in your visualization cases. This will help you to understand the data inside and the use of the inside data information to solve any business problem. So in today's video we try to demonstrate the steps of data science project along with the visualization tool Power BI key features. I hope this video is helpful, and do subscribe if you think that it creates value to your career, and be with me in the next tutorial. We will see continuous process of learning new skill in this channel.